Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer. And if the sound in this office, in this video sounds echoey, it's because echo! It's very echoey in here. We're real close to empty. We're really close to empty in here. We're coming down to the wire. We still got a little bit of time before we move. Hopefully only a couple of weeks. We have to be out by the end of January. And so I hope it does not take that long for everything to go through, but like, I should have done the official welcome. My brain is all over the place, and because of everything that's going on, I'm having a real hard time staying on subject. So please bear with me in the upcoming weeks as I try to brain, and I can't. So on today's Monday, and on Monday I show you what I've been making for the past 7 days, give or take. Tell you what I've been working on. I tell you what I've been doing. I tell you life updates. I tell you house updates, because if you are new here, this is your first time, or you are just new in general, you haven't watched in a while, we have sold this house and we are moving on to the next house. We are just waiting for all the paperwork and finances to go through, and we will be on to a new adventure, and you guys are coming along with me through most of it. Some very private details are in different levels of the members videos. The $5 level of membership videos, called the Cinnamon Buns, is definitely more personal details, but the $30 level, which is the ride or die cinnamon bun level, gets very detailed, including things that are going on with my kids, specifically Lucas. The reason, and every time I mention the videos, the members video, I will get one random person who's offended that I have the audacity to keep my private life private, and that I shouldn't be doing that they're loyal to. And I had one person get really upset with me that she watches all my videos and she's offended because I should give her more videos. And I'm like, you get 5 videos a week, sometimes 6. Like, I'm giving you guys a lot of content. I don't know why you're offended that I have some things that are more private for people who are willing to support me on that level, because my kids have been the subject of attacks against me, because people don't really have anything else to attack me about except my kids. And that's the truth of the matter. And I'm not subjecting them for bad people's gain. I'm not doing it. They don't deserve that. They didn't sign up for this. So, with that, the room's about empty. I do have, I'll rotate and show you. This is all of the yarn that is in the entirety of the room, and most of it's not even yarn. These little buckets over here are school supplies, scrap yarns from Wooble projects. This container right here is all Woobles. And then the blue crate right here is yarn from Michaels. And then the bottom shelf down here is Amigurumi style yarn, mostly Wooble style yarn, chenille yarn. And then there's 4 skeins of the new Color Fusion chunky yarn. And then up here is the universal yarns we're going to be doing reviews on. And my jar of buttons is there because I don't have a lid for it and I don't want it to spill out. There's minimal stuff on my desk. We're down to the bare bones in this room. Specifically, most of the house is down to the bare bones. I have to gut the kitchen because I do cook dinner for my family every single day of the week for the most part. And there's still a lot of things in the kitchen that I could essentially pack away. I just need one big bowl. And I have like a bunch of big bowls in there. I just need paper plates for the next couple weeks, but I also do prefer to have glass dishes for some meals. I don't need all of the bowls that we have in there. I think if everybody has a bowl and everyone has a plate and everyone has, the silverware can all stay, because I'm constantly in the state of missing silverware because people take it to work and they take it to their bedroom and I don't see it again. I'm drinking a new kind of water. I don't recommend this. It's not good. It's not as good as the ice waters. It's got a medicinal flavor to it. I don't recommend the Liquid Death energy drinks, energy waters. Today's video, I am going to show you what I've made. I am going to also show you a little bit of Happy Mail mixed in because I got some Happy Mail. I got some Christmas cards and I got a couple of things in my P.O. box. There's no news really on the house. I'm going to give you a weekend update, which I'm going to do right now. So this weekend, well, this past week, so Mr. Cinnamon's birthday was on the 2nd. I made him a gluten-free German chocolate cake, which turned out pretty good, but nobody is really eating those kinds of foods in the house because him and I are on Zepbound, which makes us not have an appetite, and we've lost a bunch of weight between the two of us. And my daughter is just, I don't know, she hasn't even eaten any of his cake, but I made him a really nice, beautiful cake. And it's probably gonna get thrown out because we both had, well, the three of us, me, Lucas, and Mr. Cinnamon had a slice and then we were just done. It wasn't a spectacular cake because it's gluten-free, so it was just whatever. And I had to take a vanilla cake recipe and turn it chocolate, and the chocolate flavor is fine, but like it's kind of dry because I think I added too much cocoa powder because I'm not a baker, I am a cook. I can make any kind of meal. I can make delicious, delicious foods. Baking is my daughter's specialty. I actually had to call her in at one point because the cake batter looked like cookie dough, and I'm like, I followed the recipe, and she's all, put it in the mixer, just put it in the mixer, because I was trying, it's cake batter, you should be able to stir it, but it's gluten-free. And she's all, put it in the mixer. I had to double the amount of milk that the recipe called for, and it still was on the dry side, so, and it called for butter instead of vegetable oil, which a lot of cake recipes call for vegetable oil instead, and so what I should have did is probably added some oil and added more milk. It's not bad. It's not dry. With ice cream, it was delicious. But, you know, usually when it comes to gluten-free baking, either my daughter does it or my husband does it, and he's a good baker, so. And then for his birthday, he wanted to go to the movies. So we went to see Avatar 3 we drove out to Charlottesville. It was a really nice day. We took RJ with us. And, rewind. The day before his birthday, January 1st, we went to the movies and we saw the Stranger Things finale. Oh, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but I cried like 5 times. It was so good. I want to watch it again. I have not watched all of the episodes of Stranger Things. I am not gung-ho Stranger Things. Matter of fact, when Stranger Things first started, my daughter and Mr. Cinnamon watched it together, and I'm like, what are we watching? And I tuned in like halfway in. I didn't know who the little bald boy was. Come to find out, it's 11. I thought it was a little boy. I'm like, what is happening? So I didn't fully grasp it. Scarlett is really upset. Scarlett! Scarlett! Anyway, something's upsetting her. The dynamic in the house is so different with the dogs now that Bentley is not here. Like, it's so different. The way they bark and what they bark at has changed. And I'm starting to realize Bentley amped the other dogs up a lot. So they'll bark at stuff, but Bentley absolutely ramped everybody up. Like he made it so much worse than what it was. And I didn't realize that until he was absent. So anyway, went out to Charlottesville and saw Stranger Things. We all really enjoyed it. I dressed up 80s style the best I could. Actually, I'll show you. I took a picture of myself. I was going for like what I would have actually wore in the 80s. And kind of, I was given like the vibe of Erica a little bit. that was my outfit. So I had, Chris says that the shirt, Mr. Cinnamon says that my sweater reminds him of TCBY, the yogurt place from the 80s. I had my leggings on and I put slouchy socks on. And I pulled my hair up the way that I used to wear it when I was a little girl. So that was my 80s outfit. Mr. Cinnamon wore a Ferris Bueller t-shirt, and RJ dressed up like a Demogorgon, like he had a onesie, which he's so funny. And then Juju wore a sweater that reminded her of Steve. And little man just dressed in his normal clothes because he didn't care. But we had fun, you know. And then the next day we went to go see Pandora, it's not Pandora. Avatar 3, which also was really good, and I also cried watching that. We had a really good time, but my stomach does not handle popcorn 2 days in a row, so that was not good. But I can't resist movie theater popcorn. It's so good. My stomach is sensitive to a lot of grains, so you guys know I can't eat gluten at all. But if I eat corn or corn byproducts, if I have too much, I get really, really sick. So it was that kind of situation where I was like, oh, I ate too much popcorn. I don't want to ever look at popcorn again. But it was really, really, it was really nice having the family time. We've always done stuff like that. We've always done family day. We have always made an effort to do that. But I don't know. I think with everything that happened last year, with everything that is like stressful and Juju, can you please put her outside? Yeah. She's driving me nuts. You can't talk over a barking dog like that. It starts to distract you. With everything that's going on, it starts to mean more to take a few minutes to spend family time together when everything is all over the place and chaotic and whatever. We decided to get a bigger storage unit in the same storage facility that we have our two smaller units in. And what we're doing is we're transferring stuff from the smaller unit into the bigger unit and emptying the house out into the bigger unit as well, so that we only have two storage units, a big one and a small one. The small one has mostly holiday decorations and some stuff for the new house, but the bigger one is pretty much our entire house. And the storage unit that I rented is the size of a very large garage. And so we spent the past week moving stuff out of here into the big storage unit and moving stuff out of the little storage unit into the big storage unit. And the little storage unit is still a good size storage unit. I think it's 10 by 12 or something like that. Whereas the new one is 25 by 10 or 25 by, it might be 25 by 18. The bigger storage unit is 2,400 square feet. So it's got a lot of space for our stuff. And there's still plenty of room for probably the rest of the furniture in the house to go in there. But I don't think we're gonna need to do that, because what we plan on doing is the main pieces of furniture that are staying, like the beds and the kitchen table and the couch, can go straight to the new house when we sign on that. But there's absolutely room left in that storage unit for all of those things. And that storage unit is on a sale for $125 a month, which I'm paying. But it's only like that for 3 months. So I only have it for another month at that price, I think. And then it shoots up to well over $200, like $250. I'm not paying $250 a month. So I really hope that we can get everything moved out of here, or out of that storage unit, into the new house by the end of February, which it shouldn't be a problem. We should just get a moving truck and just put it all in there. But the smaller storage unit that is holiday decorations, we're hoping to pack up and move to a storage unit closer to the new house, because our new house is nowhere near this house. So we're moving out, away. So I would rather have it all closer to us, but that's probably gonna have to stay because the new house does not have a garage, and it is what it is at that point. We're building a garage, but that's gonna take some time. right. So aside from working our butts off and having fun at the movies and like doing family stuff, I think that's really all the life updates I can share. There is much more details of stuff that has happened in the members videos if you are so inclined. The smaller membership is $5 a month. Of that, I get $3 a month. YouTube keeps $2 of that. And then the $30 membership every month is, and if you pay for it once, you get all the past videos, just so you know. If you pay the $30, it's not like you get one video. It's you get all of the other member videos. And at the $30 tier, you get to see all the $5 tier videos too, if you're so inclined. That's a you thing, a you decision. That's not a, I'm not begging for it. It's there for you if you are interested. That's where the extra, very personal, deep information is. And there is stuff that is going on with specifically Lucas that's in there if you're interested in him. He is okay, but there's things that are in there about him. And this little ball of yarn fell out of something while we were moving stuff in the storage unit. So I was like, okay, well, I guess that needs to come home. It's rainbow eyelash yarn. So I'm gonna make it a goal to do something with that, even if it's hold it together with some cotton that I found on top of the bookshelf when we were moving it. So there was 3 balls of cotton up there, which I believe I made a bag out of this cotton because I used to have 3 balls of this. It's Wool and the Gang cotton, and I didn't like it. And I also had this ball of suds, which is really, it's this beautiful blue color, which was also up there with it, which is a really nice cotton. So that fell off the bookshelf when me and Mr. Cinnamon were moving it, and there was a partial granny square up there. And I was like, all right, well, it's already started. I'm gonna finish the granny square. Well, the granny square, which was just the centerpiece, turned into a washcloth. Like magically like transformed into this beautiful washcloth. And it is the wool thing, which is white with a blue jean color, mixed with the suds, which is this beautiful dark royal blue. And then this is the denim colored way of Premier Yarns home cotton. So I made this. It's just a regular granny square. What makes this look extra special is I alternated the white blue, which looks gray, with the blue. So I did a row of this, a row of the blue. When I did the blue, the center of the I just dropped down the stitch, and the center stitch of the, so you have a granny square, looks like this, the granny stitch. The middle one, I dropped down and attached to the one below. So it gives the look that the blues are connected going up. That's all I did. That's how you get that effect. So I made that one, which is perfect because that will go to the new house. I'll have a new washcloth already ready to go, and then I use the rest of the blue. And I made this washcloth. This is the Luke stitch. It's called the block stitch. But I use this for Luke's blanket. If you want to know how to recreate this, go watch the Fun Shine Bag tutorial or the Luke's blanket tutorial here on the channel, and you'll figure out how to do this cool effect. And this is the rest of the blue I ran out. And then I just made this big, beautiful. And I like my washcloths really big. I don't use washcloths in the kitchen for dish stuff at all, because I don't like the way it smells. It feels dirty to me. I would rather use a sponge that I could throw away. These are absolutely used for bathroom stuff. But I like them real big because when I'm in the tub soaking, which I'm not gonna have a tub at the new house, it's showers. I mean, there's a bathtub in Lucas's bathroom, but I'm not going in Lucas's bathroom to take a bath. I like to get these nice and wet, and then I lay them across my chest because, you know, I float above the water, and so that keeps me warm. So I make them extra big to fit across my chest, which I know is TMI, but like whatever. That's why my washcloths are so giant. Or like if you got a headache, you just get it hot and you lay it across your face, which I've done countless times. But so those are my 2 washcloths I made for the new house. And I really, really love the colors. And all my cotton is packed away with the exception of this. So I may make another one. And I was thinking about even maybe holding these 2 together to make a really funky washcloth. Because eyelash yarn, I don't remember. I want to say it's made out of nylon or polyester or something. And that will be fun. And then prepare yourself because we have Christmas in January. And yes, all 3 of these things I'm going to show you I made in the month of January because I intended to make them in December, but I did not have time to make them in December because everything else was going on. So these are Christmas items. These are patterns that I printed off of Premier Yarns website. They are part of their 12 days of Amigurumi patterns. The only one I didn't make of the ones I printed is the mitten. I didn't make the mitten. They're free patterns on Premier Yarns website. I used my big giant cones of Just Chenille in the colors red, green, and white. You see how big these are? These are $19.99 regular price, I think. No, they're $24.99. They were $19.99 on sale. Okay. And then I have the cream colored one. Okay, Premier Yarns, full disclosure, Premier Yarns sent me these. I did not pay for these. They're huge, giant cones, okay? They're the equivalent of 20 balls from the Dollar Tree that are this size. So it's the equivalent of 20, I think 20 of these in one cone, right? I also used, in these next 2 projects I will show you, I used some Just Chenille medley from the Dollar Tree in this color, which is called Tan. And then I used some of the beginner sparkle yarn that I showed you guys last week, which is the glittery Amigurumi yarn. So I did use that as well. And what I have down here is I made the candy cane pattern. I didn't put a mouth on any of these yet. I plan on it, but I just did not. So I made the candy cane pattern. I love the way that this was made. Way better than the Woobles candy cane in the way that they did it. So what she has you do is you crochet this tube and then stop here. And then you crochet this tube and stop here. And then you connect them and crochet this way while decreasing. It was so ridiculously easy. And every other candy cane pattern I have seen is way more complicated where you got to do all this extra stuff to get it to turn and rotate. And I'm like, why did it not occur to me to create a shorter leg and a longer leg and then crochet on the top? I don't know why that didn't occur to me. It's so like basic. And I did add rainbow eyeball. Actually, no, this one has gold eyeballs. I didn't add a mouth to them because all of these are supposed to have like embroidered eyes on them, and I just did not want to do that. And look at how cute this is. It's so stinking cute. So I used those 3 colors. And then I made the Christmas tree. So the candy cane pattern is called Candace the Candy Cane. This is called Snowy Fir Tree. And the pattern on Premier's website, I don't have a color printer. I have just like a laser printer. It calls for 2 different shades of green, but I didn't have 2 shades of green, so I made them all in one color, and I think he turned out just fine. I actually really like the way he turned out. And then I used the Dollar Tree brown. See, he has rainbow eyes, and I don't think he needs a smile because of this detail. These are baubles. This was easy. This one was way more fun than the candy cane because I had to keep changing color with the candy cane. And I had to keep track, I don't know. I had more fun with the tree than I did with the candy cane, truth be told. And the candy cane seemed to take me a really long time, but also I was doing it while I was doing other things. And this started after Christmas. And then, actually, I think I did this the day after Christmas or the week after Christmas. And he was fun, he was easier, but like I had way more fun making the Christmas tree. I think it turned out cute. I also really like Christmas trees, and I don't eat candy canes, so maybe that's why I felt more connected to the Christmas tree. Isn't he cute? I should probably tell you the name. So these were all designed by actual designers. These were not made by the Premier Yarns team. So the candy cane was made by designer Emily at Knott's Merry Yarn. I'll show you. Knott's Merry Yarn, because I know I'm going to forget to link these people. The candy cane. The Snowy Fir Tree was designed by Jennifer at Jen's Crafty Creations. See if I can actually see Jen's Crafty Creations. And then the last one I made, which doesn't have a face on it at all, and I did this differently than the pattern called for. This is the Winter Wishes ornament, which was all one color. And this was created bottom up, and I reverse engineered it and I made it top down, and it worked beautifully. And then I added, obviously, the colors in there. This was Beulah from Embers of Alize, or Alize. And that is her. Hopefully you guys can see that. So with this one, I didn't have, like I said, I only have, there's no yarn in this house, okay? It's all in storage. I used the red, green, and off-white of the big giant things. I didn't have silver, but the silver beginner yarn had just arrived in the mail. And I think it worked perfectly in this application. And I just reverse engineered her pattern. So I literally started with the hook thingy. I did whatever she said the chain was, and then instead of just leaving it at a chain, I slip stitched back to give it a little more structure. And then I reverse engineered the cap from the way she wrote it in the pattern. I literally just started at her last step and I moved upwards. So then I reverse engineered and I figured out how many increases she stopped at, or how many decreases, because for her, because she was working bottom up, this would have been decrease rows. And I just, okay, well, her first row after the cap said 5 stitches and then a decrease. And so instead I did 5 stitches and an increase, and then 6 and an increase, 7 and an increase, 8 and an increase, and so on and so forth. And then I followed the pattern backwards from there. And then I added some stripes in there because, I don't know, I just wanted more detail. And then once I added the stripes, I was like, okay, he does not need a face. He's just a big, giant, cute ornament. And I want to make a bunch of these in like sparkle yarn and different colors, because this was fun to make. And while it's not Christmas anymore and it's January and everybody's so tired of looking at Christmas, I really wanted to do these in December and I just could not find the time. And I did also print the mittens pattern, and I haven't gotten around to it yet because after all that, I got bored with Amigurumi and I started working on the washcloth. So the toasting mitten is what's next on my agenda to make. And this is made with the red and green yarn. And this is designed by Jake at Critter Stitch Studios. So Jake will be my next pattern that I do when I decide to do more amigurumi, because I'm a little burnt out right now. Because it's one thing making a woobles that's this big. It is another thing entirely making a big giant amigurumi like this. I don't generally make big amigurumis. And so, Merry Christmas! I really like the way that these turned out. I really do. And if I had more colored chenille yarn, I do have some. I have, on my shelf, I have hot pink. 2 different types of yarn in hot pink. I have a shaded... Wow, that's really dark. Sorry. I moved slightly too much off camera. I have orange stripy fruit yarn. I also have another fruit yarn that I think is red. It might be the dragon fruit one. And then I have shades of orange and brown, and I have some of the Dollar Tree chenille left over down there, so I can make other things if I want to. It's just a matter of what I feel like making in the moment, because with everything else going on, and it's not, I'm gonna be real honest with you, like right now it's not chaotic run, do all the time. It's not. It's kind of been chill because I'm just, we're in like this lull, just hurry up and wait. And we're hurrying up and waiting for them to be able to get their financing situated so they can close on this house, which is going to be any day this week. and then get all the stuff situated for our next house and get those papers signed and moved in. And we're waiting on the county for paperwork for that. So, yeah, it's hurry up and wait. And the stuff that's left to do around the house is not stuff we have done so much since the beginning of December. Before that, even the day we put the house on the market, the week before that, we have been doing so much cleaning, organizing, moving stuff. It's been going on for a while now. So, and the reason I planned it that way is because I didn't want to last second be rushed to move a lot of stuff out of the house. And I knew an empty house sells faster than a full house. So I emptied it, I gutted it, we staged it, and it sold in 24 days. Well, we got 2 offers within a 24 day period. So we've just continued that track of keep moving stuff out, my son is distracting me. He got something from Happy Mail. So we've been on this track of getting things done for a while now. And now we're in the home stretch, and the bathrooms are almost empty with the exception of everyday needs. The bedrooms are down to bare minimum. Like, a lot of our clothes has even been packed away. So we're recycling and wearing the same clothes over and over and over again, as opposed to, I don't know. I only have 2 pair of jeans that fit me at this point anyway, because I lost so much weight. But so I recycled those 2 pair of jeans over and over again, or stretch pants or jogging pants, if I'm not going anywhere. So hurry up and wait. That's all we're doing. Little man is distracting me because he got something from Happy Mail today. Who's that from, Lucas? Who's that from? Can you look at the card? He got Happy Mail from one of you because I mentioned it's in the truck. Yeah. Do you remember her name? Was it Lisa? Yeah. Was it Lisa? I think so. I want to say it was Lisa, but there's other mail here, so I might be wrong about that. She actually contacted me and let me know that she was sending something for him. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. He left your card in the truck and his dad is not home. His dad went to go get stuff for dinner, or he took my tire to get fixed finally. What? Yes. No. I love you though. I just wanted to show them. I know. Don't ever be no. He hates not being able to be on camera. He doesn't understand that there's bad people out there that purposely look for stuff. She sent him a projector. It projects, I think that projects stars on the ceiling or a galaxy? What? It says it's a galaxy projector. So, and the reason she sent that to him is because he's having anxiety really bad. And it's specifically bad at night. And like I said, I go into way more detail about what's going on in the Ride or Die members videos. And she sent that to him to help him to feel safe in his bedroom. And I'm really, really grateful for that, because his Christmas tree needs to come down. And that's what he's been kind of using for light in there. And he's also like keeping the closet light on and the bathroom light on and the bathroom fan on and another fan on in his room to drown out noise, because everything is scary. Specifically after his car accident and then Bentley getting hit by a car, like it really got bad. And so we're trying to deal with all that, but I do thank you. That was a really, really kind and thoughtful gift for him. And then I got a little bit of Happy Mail. This was sent to me from Loving you all from Ohio. So this is Merry Christmas to you all, especially Lucas and Juju. These little houses, they're little cardboard houses. are for decorating and add special places in their room. There's like a little kit in here with cutesy stuff, and there's stuff in here too. So they can decorate it like it's a little gingerbread house. And there's a tea light candle in there, like the battery operated one. So it just says Domini on here from Ohio. So thank you so much for that. We've been doing a lot of crafts together, and so that'll be something fun that they can do and decorate a little house for their room, and that also will help him. And then I got a Christmas card from Miss Debbie in Louisiana. Debbie has been my one-sided pen pal for years. She sends me cards and letters all the time, and I totally appreciate her for loving me and thinking of me. And then we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is a postcard from Nikki's Crochet Nook. And then I got a little teeny tiny little baby card from Victoria. Thank you, Victoria. And then I got another card. This is so cute. From Patricia. In Arkansas. Thank you, Patricia. And then this card came from 7-Piece Frog. Thank you for everything you do and share with us here. And then she talks about she's making a sweater, but it's hot there in Missouri. And then this package, you might recognize this because this has been on the channel before. I have a bunch of this in storage. This is the Showstopper. It is Rainbow Riot is the colorway. What people use this for, I don't know, other than I spin with this. I have made a ton of yarn out of this specific colorway. What I like to do is kind of break it apart by the color. So I'll like pull the blue, I'll pull the pink, I'll pull the purple. If you just spin it, it just looks overall purple. Like all the colors blend, it's different shades of purple. But I like to separate the colors out and then kind of make more of a variegated type yarn when I spin it. And this is acrylic and polyamide blend, and it's very slippery when spinning, but it has a very long staple length, which is all on me. The fibers are like this long, so it's easier for a beginner because the fibers are like shorter fibers pull apart easier, and like it will break off and you'll have to try to regather the wool to when you're spinning it. This is actually really fun and really easy for a beginner to start with, even though it's slippery. And then she put a card in here, thinking of you often, hoping you're okay, from Patricia. She was gonna send this after Lucas's accident, but didn't get to the post office. I think that's who, no, there was something in here for him, right? I think he had a card. I think there was a card in here. And then she said it was more appropriate after Bentley passed away. And then she goes on. She says she hopes that she talks about Bentley on here. She says that she hopes it didn't make it worse for me. She just wanted me to know that she's thinking of me and the family. You did not. Like, I so appreciate when someone cares about my family or cares about my puppies, cares about the things that I care about, you know? And it makes me happy to know that he is missed and that you guys cared about him, because he was a really good dog. And that means a lot to me. Okay, so I'm gonna cry. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but I did say in the members videos this weekend, the new office is gonna have I have to order it, so it's probably gonna take a couple weeks after the new house to get it on the wall. I am gonna save a spot on my wall for Bentley's photograph. I'm gonna have a canvas made, and I'm gonna have him in my background in my pictures, because or my videos, because he has been a part of the channel since the day I got him, which has been, it was 3.5 years almost. And I still want him to be a part of my life and my channel, so he's gonna be on my wall. So that is what I'm planning for my new office. So she gave me a bunch of little booklets. And this one is, they're all crochet amigurumi style. This is got British bird baubles. So it's birds, but they're little, just little, it says baubles, but they're like little discs almost. And it's just, like I said, it's a pamphlet. It's got a robin, a chaffinch, a goldfinch, a blue tit, and a house sparrow. Those are kind of cool. And then it shows you what the birds normally look like on the back, which I think is really cool. Fiber all over it. So here in the United States, we have a robin that looks nothing like that. Our robins are much larger than that. See if I can show you our robin. Come on, they're showing me Robin Hood. Come on, there we go. This is what our robins look like. And our robins are about this tall. They're very large animals. And that is what their robin looks like. And then I've never heard of a chaffinch. That's actually quite a beautiful bird. And then we have goldfinches, but our goldfinch, again, doesn't look anything like that. I'll show you. Because birds interest me. Gold. Come on, finch. This is what our goldfinch looks like. And that it, where'd it go? That's their goldfinch. So, it's not a drastic difference, but their goldfinch has like a red face, which is beautiful. And ours has more of a all over yellow body. And we have quite a few goldfinches here. And then they have the blue tit, which again is a beautiful bird. And that, we have, I'm trying to think, I wish I knew where my bird book is. My bird book is probably in storage with the rest of my books. I actually have a bird book. I love birds. And I buy specific bird feed for specific birds because I'm that nerdy when it comes to birds. I'm what you call a twitcher. Like, I actually watch birds. I have binoculars that I literally just packed away yesterday. The blue, I mean, look how pretty that is. We have tits here, but it's, I'm trying to think. Tits, native to Virginia. And we have a titmouse, which is the most common. This is the one I see most frequently. Well, that's a titmouse. And they're just black and white and gray. They're really pretty birds, but that's what, and they're this big, they're real tiny. But that's what's most common here. It says there are, it says Eurasian blue tit in Virginia, which looks like it looks like that. I've never seen one here. I would probably freak out if I saw them here. They're really beautiful. And then the house sparrow, and we have these, and they have these in Michigan too. They also have goldfinches in Michigan. These are the bird I grew up with seeing the most. Yes, you guys didn't know I was a bird nerd, did ya? And then she sent me Crochet Society, a pocket book of adorable animals. And this has 52 mix and match pieces to make. Look at how cute this is. Little rhino and a bunny. These look like the body parts are hinged. So if you attach them just right, like the body parts are hinged so you can move them. Use stitch marker to keep track of the first stitch of each round. Oh, look at that pink monkey. Oh, look at, I bet I could make him to look like Bentley. Why is he so cute? That is so my jam right here. I also like the line. These are really cute. It'll tell you how to make the head. And it says choose from 2 different head designs to start making any of these adorable animals. So that's head number 2 that they just showed. And then it gives you the body instructions. So basically it's design your own animal. Limbs. Whoop. Noses. This is kind of cool. And then it gives you details on how to make the hippo. Like how, it says, I only saw one head. It just has head 2 on here. Oh. The picture says head, no. Head 1, head 2. All right. So the hippo says use the thing for head 1. And the body is pattern E. Or no, E is the color. I'm guessing this came with some sort of colored thing or something. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so it says head 1, use the body, make 2 arms and 2 legs. Then it says use the nose for nose 1. Then it gives you the directions for the nostril, the ears, and the tail. And then for the cat, it's real simple, and the only extra instructions they give you is for the tail. The rabbit gives you directions for the ears and the tail. Red panda, unicorn, dog, monkey, lion, bear, Halloween. It gives you like the patterns for the extra little dress up things. That's super, super cute. And then this says 6 official patterns from the Sooty collection. This is from Crochet Now. And I don't know what Sooty is. Sooty pattern collection. I've never heard of Sooty. Sooty. They have loveys. Talk about different yarns in here. There's a sooty blanket. Complete with a chart. There's a cushion. Complete with a chart. And a little stuffy. And then this little leaflet came from Hobby Lobby, and this tells you how to make a lovable llama, a koala cutie, and that's it. There's a dragon on here, but I don't see, or dinosaur maybe? Yeah, so the dinosaur's on the front, but it's not part of this. Which is fine because the llama is what I would make. And then this is the last one of the package, and it is festival dolls from around the world. I love stuff like this. I love learning about cultures, and I love learning about traditions from other cultures, and I love representation. Like, I love representation. And I think the reason I'm so gung-ho about representation is because I was always a fat girl growing up. And I always wanted a doll that looked like me, which I have one now because, like, someone made one for me. And then Barbie started making dolls that look like all different kinds of people. Shorter, fatter, taller, skinnier, no boobs, big boobs. Like, Barbie started doing, and I loved Barbie growing up. And I just imagine what that must be like. I mean, I just wanted a fat doll. But can you imagine, like, looking like all the different types of people that are on this planet? and not having a doll that looks like them. Like, I think it's so important to have a doll that looks like you. It makes you feel important. It makes you feel beautiful. It makes you feel valuable. It makes you feel loved. To have something that looks like you, that represents what you look like. And that's why I think this is such a cool book. And so, and you can change. I mean, you can change the outfits. You can change the color of the hair. You can change the way the eyes look. There's a lot of things you can change with a very basic design. So, I'm probably not going to get these names right, because I don't speak any of these other languages, and I'm not familiar with some of these festivals. So this says it's from Shetland, and it says Uphellia. He looks like a little Viking. Uphellia, I'm assuming that's how means the end of holidays. It's a celebration of Shetland history and Norse heritage. Senior and junior festivals take place with bands, song, and processions. An elective chief, the Geyser Jarl, leads a squad of Vikings, followed by a squad of locals in fancy dress. The day ends with the lighting of over 1,000 torches and a ceremonial burning of a Viking galley, marking the return of the light after the winter. Isn't he cute? And then we have Rio Carnival. Oh, I'm not even showing you the right side of the page. Look how pretty she is. I can almost hear the music now. And then it talks about Carnival, the biggest event in Brazil's cultural calendar. The parades at the 80,000-seat Samba Drome attracts millions of visitors. Its origins begin in 1840, and Samba, the perfect illustration of Afro-European blend that defines Brazilian culture, appeared in the 1900s. Samba schools performed in front of judges who appraised the costumes, songs, and dances. Balls take place alongside street parties, which get going 3 months before. Her outfit is even cooler in the back. It's spectacular. And then, I don't know how to say this, Holi, H-O-L-I, and it's from India. It's a Hindu festival. And she's so cute. And it says this Hindu festival includes religious ceremonies, but it's also time for fun. Celebrations start up to 40 days before. Bonfires represent the triumph of good over evil. There are dancing and singing, special food and desserts, the exchange of gifts, and throwing of powder paint and colored water. Everyone joins in, and it's fair game. The story of the god Krishna and the goddess Radha is thought to be behind throwing water and paint. She's cute. Songkran? Thailand celebrates Songkran. It's traditional Thai New Year, when the sun passes into the constellation of Aries, originating in a Buddhist folk myth related to the rice harvest. Pouring water symbolizes cleansing, reverence, and good fortune. There are huge water fights where everyone joins in, even the elephants. Plays, games, music, and feasting, unity, cooperation, forgiveness, and astrological knowledge all play important roles. The detail, even down to her little feet, is so stinking cute. And then Kodomo no Hai, which is Children's Day in Japan. Families that ain't the right word. Families celebrate children and pray for their health and happiness. Koinobori, which are carp streamers, festivals are held with food stalls and concerts. The colored streamers are flown on buildings and homes over flowing water. They are symbolic of the carp's nature to swim upstream against the current, and a Chinese legend of a carp becoming a dragon when it swims up a waterfall. She's cute. See, we're having education here on the channel. Midsummer in Sweden. She's cute. I would have to make her fairy wings because She's adorable. Festivities are held over the weekend of the summer solstice. Dances are held around a maypole, and girls used to pick 7 different kinds of flowers, putting them under their pillows to dream of future husbands. Wearing a wreath of flowers is an old symbol of rebirth and fertility. Drinking songs are popular, as are games and dancing, and food includes new potatoes, pickled herring, cheese pie, and strawberries. I would absolutely make her into a fairy. She's cute. The Mud Festival, Boyeong, I'm probably saying that wrong. South Korea is the Mud Festival. And it says Korea's largest international festival has been held since 1998. People enjoy well-being and beauty events, including mud baths and mud powder massage, and relaxing in mineral-rich mud baths. Others take part in the extreme mud games held along the 136-kilometer coastline. Parties go on day and night. There's a street parade, and millions of tourists attend the week-long festival, also visiting beautiful Daejeon Beach. If I am butchering the way these things are pronounced, I do apologize. I am giving it my best to pronounce it correctly. La Tomatina, which is in Bunal, Spain. This festival sees crowds having a wonderful time throwing tomatoes. A pole goes up in the town center, or the town square, covered in soap with a huge hammer on the end, and people try to reach it. Water soaks the soldiers, and at 11 a.m. a shot announces the start. Tomato ammunition trucks appear, and the crowd rushes for their bullets, and soon everything turns red. A second shot signals the end of the battle, and the brave participants are hosed down. That's kind of fun. Regatta Storica in Venice, Italy. Today, all ages take part in this tradition dating back over 1,000 years. The most popular race is the Gondolini Regatta. When the day sees St. Mark's Bay and the Grand Canal packed with boats of every shape and size, the athletic Venetian-style rowing takes place standing up. The spectacular historical pageant, which heads up the parade, is a reminder of Venice's past glory, as well as the major sporting event of the year for the Venetians. Oh, she's Oktoberfest. In case you don't know, I have a lot of German blood in me. And I dream of going and visiting Germany one day. The world's largest fair, also known as Beer Fest, attracts 6 million people every year. I just don't want to go drink beer. Like, beer is not my thing. I don't drink very, very rarely. It began as a royal wedding celebration in 1810 and remains as an important part of Bavarian culture. To start the festival, the mayor shouts, "Alzapfis," which means it is tapped. Hammering a tab into a beer keg, fairground rides, music, beer, wine, lots of toasts, and Bavarian cuisine, making the atmosphere fun and often a little boisterous. And she's really, really cute. It's her little beer stein. Dia de Muertos. And in case you don't know, my husband is mostly Mexican, as my children have as much Mexican in them as they do German. Dia de los Muertos is celebrated across Mexico with colorful skulls, skeletons, and cemetery visits. Thousands of years old, the festival gives people the chance to honor, love, and respect deceased family members. Parties, costumes, parades, singing, dancing, and offerings to the lost loved ones, often made on altars decorated with marigolds, occur throughout Hispanic communities. She's beautiful. I definitely want to make her too. And then we have good old Christmas. He looks like a little elf. Christmas all over the world, a Christian festival celebrating the birth of Jesus. It coincides with earlier festivals celebrating the winter solstice, such as Yule. Family, lots of food, a Christmas tree, holly, stockings, gifts, and decorations take center stage, celebrating the feast day of St. Nicholas and Nordic folktales. Today, Santa Claus, or Father Christmas, lives in Lapland and carries gifts for good children all around the world on Christmas Eve. And that's really, really cute. What a cool book. And this is from Simply Crochet. Thank you so much for those. If you don't mind, I'm going to immediately pack these away for the new house. Because I don't want to lose them somewhere in transit. So I'm going to immediately pack them away. But thank you so much for the Happy Meal, everyone. It's funny because this Christmas, I think my son got used to getting a lot of Christmas cards in the past. And I told everyone, like, please don't send Happy Mail this year for Christmas, because I totally appreciate everything I have received. And I'm not mad or irritated. Like, I'm so grateful for that. That's not why I said that. In the past, I've gotten hundreds of Christmas cards, and this year I got maybe 50, which is perfectly fine. And it makes me happy, but also, like, he was kind of like, why are we getting more stuff? It's Christmas time. And I was like, because I literally told them not to, because I don't have time to keep going to the P.O. box. I don't have any place to hang up the Christmas cards because we were doing showings, and like there was all these reasons. So the little things that I received, these cute little packages, these amazing, well thought out gifts, it means so much to me, you guys. Like, it means so much to me. So thank you. I can't thank you guys enough for caring about me or my kids, my family, or my dog. All the dogs, really. But yeah, so we are well over an hour at this point. I didn't plan on going this long. I didn't plan on going through that whole book, but it was kind of cool. And I really like learning about new stuff, you know. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. I don't know what plans are going on this week. I went to Michael's today because I had a $10 gift certificate of the rewards. So I got a cute little bag of yarn for the grand total of $4 because Mr. Cinnamon was like, get this extra glitter yarn because it's pretty. And so that's where the extra $4 came in. I had 20%, and none of the yarn was on sale. So I had 20% off all regular price purchases, 30% off one regular priced item, and then I had a $10 reward. So I got that for a grand total of $4. And then I also have a small Woobles video that I'm gonna do. And the reason I ordered that is because Woobles decided to send out $30 coupons to certain people. And from the email that I understand is that it was people who were affected by shipping delays for Christmas. So I don't know that I had a shipping delay that I was aware of, or maybe I was too busy. I didn't realize something had gotten delayed. And so because there were several people whose Christmas shipment was affected, they sent out $30 coupons. Like, it's the equivalent of getting a free Wooble. And so that's what I did. So we're going to talk about that in a video this week too. I also want to review one of the universal yarns this week. And so those are some plans we have coming up on the channel, but everything is being played by ear because I don't know what's going on right now. But my battery's telling me to shut up. So I am going to let you guys go, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.